Imagine this. You're out on the sea, enjoying a lovely day of sailing, when all of a sudden the sky turns grey, the waters become rocky, and then out of nowhere, a mighty sea creature rises from the ocean depths. If you haven't guessed already, today we're going to be talking about the one and only Kraken. So let's start off with the obvious. What is the Kraken? Is it a fish? Is it a myth? Is it something you could deep fry like calamari? Well, the answer is...
Drumroll, please. That's your drumroll.
When a tempo isn't specified, any reasonable person would default to lento.
Yes. The Kraken is a legendary sea monster, mainly originating from Scandinavian folklore that is often depicted as a giant octopus or a squid. There have been many stories about the Kraken over the years, which leads us to suppose that there may be truth to this mystery. Now, with it being resembled to an octopus or a squid, we need to consider its size. In the ocean, there are many kinds of sea creatures, with there being octopi, spanning from the size of one of the guys from the food mukbang videos to the size of a little lady's pinky finger. But just how big is the Kraken? According to stories and legends of old, the Kraken was so big that its snake-like tentacles could easily crush and destroy a ship. It was even so large, there was rumoured to be vegetation growing on its back. What vegetation? Who knows, but maybe it was simply there as a snack, and the Kraken was saving it for later. The word Kraken itself comes from the Norwegian word for the croaky.
The time has come for this cookie!
No, not a chocolate chip cookie. It is said to have begun as a result of sightings of a giant squid, which is technically possible, as in a previous video we mentioned that only 5% of the ocean has actually been discovered this far, leaving room for further conspiracies and uncovered truths. There are, however, other speculations that the Kraken is simply the dismembered parts of a rotting octopus being swept away by the waves, which would of course, due to the water movement, make it look as though a terrifying creature were on the approach.
Hi, how are you?
I never thought I'd hear myself say this, but please come in.
As long as we are mentioning about the Kraken, we really need to give a few minutes to go over some of the most famous Kraken stories across the years. Whereas there are far fewer sailor stories in this century, there are a lot of tales spun in the 1700s, with the first record being around 1100 BC. One of the most famous Kraken stories is the tale of an Icelandic sailor named Leifur the Fearless. Leifur was a sailor who happened to come across an unfortunate encounter with the creature while navigating the waters between Iceland and Greenland. It is said that the Kraken's slimy tentacles rose from the depths, attacking his ship and nearly dragging it to an underwater grave, the crew barely escaping with their lives. Now, where this may or may not be a true story, it is one of the earliest recorded Kraken tales, and certainly helped to establish the Kraken in the tales of yore. Some other popular stories include the island-like Kraken, with the creature described to look like a floating island before launching its attack, the suction vortex, with accounts of the Kraken creating an inescapable whirlpool-like vortex, and even the calm before the storm, where the Kraken would kill sailors by luring them into a false sense of security, where the sea becomes quiet and calm, and then all of a sudden, Kraken. Aww. So, before you decide to grab a spear and go on the hunt for this legendary beast, make sure you do your research, otherwise you might just find a mythical beast beyond your imaginations. Next week we will be travelling up to Scotland to pay old Nessie a little visit, but until then don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more myths and mischief.